So we had completed till question number 35 of numericals. Okay, this is question number 36. Okay, we will try to finish numericals in this. Okay, in this video. Okay, very few are left. So 36 question says as follow: let px square plus qx plus r equal to 0 be a quadratic equation where p comma q comma r belongs to R, means real number, such that its roots are alpha and beta. If p plus q plus r is less than 0, comma p minus q plus r is less than 0, and r is greater than 0, then the value of greatest integer alpha plus greater integer beta is where, means box x denotes the greatest integer function, greatest integer x. Okay, so they want us to find this sum of greatest integers of alpha and beta. Okay, so the things which are given, that this f of x is less than 0. Okay, you can see it is f of 1, and this is f of minus 1. Okay, and this is f of 0. Okay, now uh, we don't know what kind of parabola it is, because we don't know the sign of p. Okay, but doesn't matter, let me consider the parabola any type. Okay, first I will consider this type. Okay, what they are telling, that f of minus 1. Okay, what is f of minus 1? If I put here minus 1, I get p minus q plus r. This is what, less than 0. Okay, they have given f of 1, which is p plus q plus r, which is what, this is also less than 0. And if I put x is equals to 0, means f of 0, what I get is r. Okay, which is greater than 0. Now let's just think again. If it is minus 1, okay, okay, now its value should be less than 0. Okay, its value, okay, so sorry, this graph cannot occur, because here f of 1 value should be greater than 0. F of 1 here, this graph will be cancelled out, because f of 1 here should be less than 0, but here opposite is happening, because f of 0, if I take 0 here, okay, then f of 0 value should be negative, f of minus 1 should be positive, here f of 1 should be positive. This is what this upward parabola showing. But we see, means the information which are given in the question, that f of 1 should be less than 0, and f of 1 should be minus 1 should be less than 0, f of 1 should be less than 0, and f of 0 should be greater than, just reverse of this. So now we are we are little sure about what kind of graph it will be, a downward parabola. Okay, now let's see whether it satisfies the conditions or not. Minus 1, negative, okay, right, verified, negative value. If it is here, it is 0, it is verified, it has positive value. Here if it is has 1, verified, it has negative value. So all the three conditions are verified. Now just check this. If at f of minus 1 is negative, okay, while at f of 0 is positive. Okay, so we have already discussed that whenever a function fluctuates between positive and negative, it means that it would have cut the x-axis at least at one point. Okay, so there will surely be a root between minus 1 to 0. Same goes if at f of means 1, okay, 1 is what, negative again, while at f of 0 is what, is positive. Okay, so between 0 and 1 there should be at least one root, means there should be one root. So let's me take the next page. So there is one root, okay, alpha between, because it has root, okay, it has roots alpha and beta. Okay, so there is one root alpha between minus 1 comma 0, okay, and other root beta between what, between 0 to 1, right guys? Now let's just think again. Okay, let's just understand. So what I got from this information, that alpha lies between minus 1 to 0 and beta lies between 0 to 1. Now if I apply a box function on alpha and beta, okay, if box we know means what I have thought, I am not going to draw the box function graph, okay, greatest integer function graph. It will be taught to you in function chapter, okay. So although there is no need, you just need to remember the basic things, okay, which is that box function always gives left side value, okay. If you moving means always think like you are moving to the left side, okay. Like if you consider 3 to 2, it will give 2 value. If you consider 9.378643, it will give you 9. If you consider minus 1 3.4666 like value, it will give you minus 1. Just let me show you again. If I put minus 1.3.4444, okay, what it will give me? Minus 1, okay. While if it is between minus 1 and 2, minus 2, it will always give the left side value, okay. Sorry, minus 2 minus 1, it will always give minus 2 box. So box value always, if this is number line, it will always move to the left side, okay. So according using this property, from minus 1 to 0, which value it will select? So box alpha will be minus 1, okay, and box beta similarly will be 0, because we are moving, it always gives left side value. So what we wanted, okay, what we wanted from the problem, let's see what we wanted. We wanted box alpha plus box beta, okay, this is what we wanted. Then the value of box alpha plus beta. So box alpha plus box beta, okay, so it is box alpha is minus 1 while box beta is 0, so we are getting minus 1. So the answer is minus 1, okay guys. Now let's move on to the next question, okay. The next question is as follow, which is let x square plus y square plus xy plus 1 is greater than equal to a into x plus y, okay, for all x comma y belongs to R. Then the number of possible integrals in the range of a, okay. So we want to find the number of possible integrals, okay, in the range of a, means how many integral values the range of a will have. For that we need to find the range of a first, okay. Then we will think about finding anything else, okay. Then we will think of finding some, okay. So we need to find the first range of a, okay, then we will move further, okay. So this is the equation which is given. So we have already seen that when anything belongs to R, we can use d greater than equal to 0 thing, okay. So x comma y we can use, if any quadratic equation is in x and y term, we can apply d greater than equal to 0, okay guys. Now if we means open it, we get x square plus y square into xy plus 1 should be greater than equal to ax plus ay, right. Now let's move this to the left side. X square, we will make a quadratic equation in x, just remember this, okay. So here we have one x term, here we have one, so y minus a into x, this is the one term. The rest of the things are y square minus ay plus 1, okay, this is greater than equal to 0. Now if you remember, if any quadratic equation is greater than equal to, then its d is less than equal to 0 for all x belonging to R, okay. So what we will apply, y minus a the whole square minus 4 into 1 into this thing, y square minus ay plus 1 should be what, less than equal to 0, okay. So let's open this, y square minus 2ay plus a square, okay, minus 4y square plus 4ay, okay, minus 4, okay, should be less than equal to 0. Further these two will simplify and these two will simplify, minus 3y square, okay, this will give me plus 2ay, okay, and this thing will give me a square minus 4, okay, should be less than equal. Now the main term should not have negative term, so we will just reverse the sign, 3y square 2ay plus 4 minus a square it is greater than equal to 0. Now again the function is greater than equal to 0, so we can again apply that if a function is greater than equal to 0, and if y means the term, the coefficient in which the function is present, like x and y, if it belongs to R, then we can apply d less than 0. Okay, d less than 0, so we will apply d less than equal to 0. Okay, dy. Okay, before what we applied dx. Okay, so for all y belonging to R. Okay, let me take the next page. So here dy should be less than equal to 0. So what we are getting, 4 a square minus 4 into 3 into this thing, which is 4 minus a square, should be what, less than equal to 0. Further, what we see, 4 will cancel out, giving me 12. Okay, minus 12 plus 3a square should be less than equal to 0, which will end up giving me 4a square minus 12 should be less than equal to 0, which will finally lead to 12 by 4, which is, a square 3. Okay, if I take under root on both the side, I will get plus minus under root 3. Okay, now let's just take this that side and do the Wavy curve thing. Okay, under root 3. Okay, so I got its 2 root. Okay, this should be less than equal to 0. So if I plot these 2 roots, okay, minus root 3 minus, okay, now these two are included, so it belongs from minus root 3 to root 3. Okay, these two things. Okay, so it belongs from this to this, and these two are included because it is less than equal to 0. Further, and it is something like minus 1.1, this is minus 1.73, like that stuff. And if you see the question more clearly, they are telling that in the range of, okay, possible integral, not, they don't want irrational number, they want integral value. Okay, so now just focus what are the integral values between this. There will surely be minus 1, 0 and 1. Okay, so 3 integral values. Okay, 3 integral, so 3 integral values. Okay, values which are minus 1, 0, 1. Okay, so we got the 3 values. Okay, so we are done with this question. Okay, let's move on further. The next question, which is question number 38. Okay, the question number 38 says as follow, which says a function which is R to R, means its domain and its means range are same. Okay, in terms of R. Okay, for the function. Okay, it's satisfied for all the value, means for every x there is a y. Okay, it is telling that. Okay, so if I had said some other thing, so in function you will study bijection. Okay, bijection stuff. Okay, like that, means relation between codomain and domain. Okay, range and domain. Okay, like that stuff, because they will give you 2 sets. Okay, separate, and they will tell you that for this there should be an image in this set. Okay, we will discuss that when we move to calculus. Okay, because calculus is a very important part, and when you will move to means coordinate. Okay, you will coordinate and vector. Okay, vector there is some sort of application of calculus, although calculus is applicable everywhere. Okay, it will appear even in trigonometry also. Okay, but algebra is very important. Okay, algebra is very important. So let's see this function. If I consider it as a y, okay, we always do such thing. Okay, we consider the function f of x as y. So what we can do, we can write it y equals to 3x square plus mx plus n the whole upon x square plus 1. Okay, now we will multiply it, which will give us y x square plus y should be equal to 3x square plus mx plus n. Further, y minus 3 into x square plus, okay, and I guess no, plus y minus mn minus mx minus n should be equal to 0. So what we are getting finally, y minus 3 x square, okay, minus mx plus y minus n should be equal to 0. This is the final thing which we are getting. Okay, so what we want to find, mod m plus n. Okay, So okay, we are done with this thing. Y square, if the range of this function. Now if I take d should be greater than equal to 0. Okay, because it belongs to R. Okay, for every possible x there is a y. Okay, I told you that in the thing, this is a means this is a modified way. In function you will learn such way of representing things. Okay, they just telling that for every R means the range and codomain are the same. Okay, it's just a way of telling that for every x there is a y, in short. Okay, just take it like this. Just correct my definition. What I was telling, that every means range and domain, they are not equal. Okay, for every x there is a y, I mean that. Okay, so d greater than equal to 0. So I will apply the things. M square minus 4. Okay, b square minus 4. Okay, minus 4 into y minus 3 into this thing which is y minus n. Okay, should be what? Greater than equal to 0. Okay, so we got this thing. Now m square minus 4 we will keep that side. We will just first calculate this y square minus yn. Okay, minus 3y plus 3n. Okay, this thing is greater than equal to 0. Okay guys, now m square minus 4. Okay, this okay, I have to write it again. There is no other way. Okay, is there any term cancelling out? No, there is nothing term cancelling out. If I take y out from here, I get n plus 3. Okay, n plus 3 and y out. Okay, plus 3n here separately should be what? Greater than equal to 0. Now okay, so we are done with this thing. Okay, so let me write it again. M square minus 4 into y square minus n plus 3 into y. Okay, this thing plus 3n should be what? Greater than equal to 0. Let's just modify it and write it. X square minus 4y square, this will become plus 4 into n plus 3 into y. Okay, minus 12n should be what? Greater than equal to 0. So we will call it as a. Now we have done our job. Now this thing which we have not done in any of the question, till we have solved so many questions, but we have not done such thing which I am going to tell you. Okay, this is means very unique thing in this question that makes it different from other questions. Okay, just see how it's going to play with student. Okay, they are given that the function means the y, means this y belongs from minus 4 to 3. Okay, now just see how it's going to take away. It's going to just see y belongs to minus 4 to 3. What does it means? I can write it like this: y plus 4 into y minus 3 should be less than, okay, should be less than equal to 0. Okay, okay, so how we write that? First thing, when we write means when minus infinity to 3 terms comes, okay, minus infinity, minus 3, like that stuff, you know that it is greater than equal to 0. Okay, while if there is minus 3 to 2, you have mostly it is bit less than 0. Okay, between if I have x minus 2 and x minus 3, okay, less than equal to, it means 2 comma 3. While if I have x minus 2 and x minus 3 greater than equal to 0, what does it? Minus infinity to 2 union 3 to infinity. So this is the thing why we are taking less than equal to 0, because it is means a small range, there is no infinity involved here, so there is a high probability that it is less than 0. Okay, now how did you predict that it is this thing equal to? Okay, because there is a open bracket and here it is a closed bracket. So how you predict that? Because in we don't know that at f of x, okay, just see f of x, okay, there can be at a number, okay, there can be a number for which it can be undefined. Okay, it can become 0. Okay, so to avoid that, it may have taken this, but okay, they have removed this number. Okay, although they can write it minus 4 to 2, but this is more appropriate compared to what? Although from this function, if we see y, okay, y is satisfied for all numbers from minus 4 to 3. If I put some anything like minus 1, it will become 1 plus 1. Okay, So we are done with this. Okay, now but it if I took under root minus 1, okay, which is iota, then it will become undefined. Okay, but since it belongs to us, so we are going to take only real values. Okay, so the probability of this is very high, okay, compared to this thing, that y plus 4 when y minus 3 is less than 0. Okay, so we are referring this more. Okay, this one is not right. Okay, so if you see this, just try to get this thing. Okay, don't think that much. Okay, y plus 4 y minus 3, although if you take this, it will not change much in your means answer, but it will just affect something in your question, means in your answer there will be slight change, but you will be able to predict that. Okay, so I'm taking this. Now let me call it as b. No, sorry, let's solve it further. Y square minus 3y plus minus 3y plus 4y minus 12 should be less than equal to 0. So we got the equation y square plus y minus 12 should be less than equal to 0. Now let me call it as b. Now this, okay, this is y function which we got from here. Okay, and this is the y function again. Okay, so these two must be same, but here it is means y term is negative, so we have to make it positive, then it will become less than equal to 0. Okay, so if I multiply a with a negative sign, what I get? 4y square minus 4 into n plus 3y plus 12n, okay, minus m square should be less than equal to 0. Let me call it as c. Okay, now I know this equation is this. Okay, how we got this equation? By solving this. Okay, and we know its range, so this equation must be this only. They both are same, and when two equations are same, the best thing is they both, means b and c, have both root common, have both roots common. Okay guys, now let's use this property. If both roots are common, then our job is almost done. Okay, what we can do, let me take the next page. Then what we can write this, that 4 upon 1, okay, 4 upon 1 should be equal to minus 4 into n plus 3, okay, upon 1 should be equal to 12n minus m square upon minus 2. Okay, so we are done with this thing. Further, now if we solve these two, okay, these two, what we get? 4 equals to minus 4n minus 12. Okay, if I move it, that is 16 is equals to minus 4n, n is equals to minus 4. Okay, so we got n is equals to minus 4. Now let's put this value and solve these two. Okay, so this was our one part. Now let's do the second. 4 should be equal to this. If I just take the, means here take minus n out, the minus will cancel out, which will end up giving me n square minus 12n upon 12. Okay, now if I put n is equals to minus 4 here, I will get m square plus 48 upon 12. Okay, now 4 into 12, okay, minus 48 should be equals to m square. Okay, so we are getting, this is again 48 only. Okay, so we are getting m is equals to 0. Okay, so we are getting m is equals to 0 and n is equals to minus 4. So when I take mod m plus n, what we needed to find, what we had to find? Mod m plus n. Okay, we needed to find mod m plus n. So what we need to do? Okay, just see, mod m plus n will be what? 0, okay, plus, okay, into what n value is minus 4, okay, mod, and we know modulus value is always greater than equal to 0, so the answer will be 4. So the answer is 4. Okay, so we are done with this question. Now let's move further. The next question, which is question number 39. Okay, this is question number 39. The question number 39 says as follow: if a comma b comma c are non-zero real numbers, then the minimum value of the expression. Okay, we want to find the minimum value of the expression. when such terms appears in logarithms, okay, the logarithm chapter, they tell you to take the A terms with the A part, B terms with C part, okay, the basic algebra thing, okay, although you may have studied, okay, in from R.D. Sharma, that such things we do, okay, in your previous classes, okay, of class 9 10. Okay, if I take this part to A, this part with B, and this part with C, what I get A, okay, I get A raised to 4 plus 3 A square plus 1 upon A square into B raised to 4 plus 5 B square plus 1 upon B square into C raised to 4 plus 7 C square plus 1 upon C square. Okay, so we are done with this thing. Now let's move on further. If this term divide all the things, we get 1 upon A square plus 3, okay, here we get B square plus 1 upon B square plus 5, okay, C square plus 1 upon C square plus 7, okay, we are getting these things. Now for the minimum value, okay, now just see, I will take one, okay, this one, okay, this one as an example. We have A square plus 1 upon A square plus 3. There are two ways to make it a perfect square. Just let's see just two ways, first way and the second way, okay, and which one is correct, okay. This will be helpful in your class 12th and everywhere, okay. Just see this, when we need to make which kind of perfect square, okay. Here if I add A square 1 upon A square plus 2 minus 2, then we have 3. What we get? A plus 1 upon A the whole square, okay. If I take this 2 term, okay, with this, okay, what I get? Plus 1 here, and I got a perfect square, okay. Now similarly, if I take A square plus 1 upon A square, okay, here minus 2 plus 2 plus 3, okay, and here what I get? A minus 1 by A the whole square plus 5, okay. Now just see here, this thing, okay, this thing cannot be 0, okay, it is A plus 1 upon A, okay. So if you want to find minimum value and something like that, just try to create this negative perfect square, okay. It will give you the minimum value, this will not give you the minimum value, okay. This is the illusion that students have, although this is the basic thing which everybody should know. So just try, never create this thing, okay. When you want to find the minimum value, try to create this thing, okay, don't create this thing, okay. Now let's take the next page and we will create this negative things. We will just reject this, and now we know why we are doing it, okay. For maximum you can think about it, but in maximum questions, okay, in maximum type means you want to find the maximum value, our job can be done by this, okay. Just depends upon, there you have to think a little bit. For minimum it is sure that you have to use this type, okay. Now let's see, if I do this with all the terms, what I get? Here I get A minus 1 upon A the whole square plus 5 in one bracket. Here what I get? B minus 1 upon B the whole square plus 7 in other bracket. Here I get C minus 1 upon C the whole square plus 9 in one bracket. Then what I'm getting? 5 into 7 into 9, okay. These are the minimum values, and which will end up me, okay, into 9, which will give me 35. Okay, we are getting 315, okay. So we are getting 315, so 315 is the answer. And one more thing, if you think another way, if you tell that if I put A is equals to 0, it cannot be 0, because if this is 0, it will become undefined, okay, 1 upon 0. So try to create this thing, it will give you minimum, this will not give you minimum, okay. So we are done with this question, okay. Now let's move on to the next question. The next question is 40th question, okay. The things which it tells is as follow: if A comma B belongs to R such that A plus B is equal to 1 and 1 minus 2AB into A cube plus B cube is equal to 12, then the value of a square plus b square is equal to. Okay, now we have got a plus 1. So one thing which I can think that a plus b the whole square should do our job. A square plus b square plus 2ab, and from here we see that we are getting 1 minus 2ab 2 also. Okay, a square plus b square. So we got one thing, let me call it as a. So one more thing which we can get, we have this thing. Okay, a square is equals to, okay, a minus 2ab. We have this, we want to find this thing. Okay, if we found this thing, we can multiply these two. We got this thing. Now we want to find a cube plus b cube. If we multiply those, it's equals to 12. Okay, now a cube plus b cube, okay, we can get this if we know a plus b. Okay, sorry, you can directly use the formula. A cube plus b cube is a plus b into a square plus b square minus ab. Okay, now okay, to I think we have to consider it something because it is appearing again and again. So let's consider, okay, let's consider a square plus b square equals to some p. Okay, we got it as p. So when we consider it p, this equation becomes 1 minus 2ab equals to p, and here we would require ab value. So what we will call it, 1 minus p upon 2 will be ab. Let me call it as, this will become a, okay, and this will become b, and the, okay, let's put the values in b. Okay, let me write it again, although if you feel uncomfortable to see, we have this value as p, let me call it as a. Okay, we have 1 minus p by 2 equals to ab, let me call it as b. Okay, now we are putting all this value here. We want a cube plus b cube value. Okay, we want this value. So when I put it will be 1, no doubt. A square plus b square, okay, we called it x, and this, okay, we called it as p. Okay, minus this value ab, which is 1 minus p upon 2. So what we are getting, 2p minus 1 plus p upon 2, which will give me 3p minus 1 upon 2. So I got a cube plus b cube value also. So let me call it as c. Now a into c should be equals to 12. Okay, so I'm solving it here, this is previous question. Okay, so let me write, this is p into 3p minus 1 upon 2 should be equals to 12, which will give me 3p square, okay, minus p should be equals to 24. Okay, finally what we are getting, 3p square minus p minus 24 should be equals to 0, and this is what, 12, 72. Okay, we want to 72. Okay, 9 8s, 3p square, 9p, 8p, okay, minus 24 should be equals to 0. Okay, 3p square minus 9p plus 8p minus 24 should be equals to 0. So 3p will give me p minus 3 here, and 8 will give me p minus 3 here, which will indirectly 3p plus 8 and p minus 3. Okay, so I've solved the quadratic 2. So what I'm getting, p is equals to minus 8 by 3, or p is equals to 3. Okay, p is what, a square plus b square, and we want to find a square plus b square. Okay, now just think, okay, just think, if I put it, a square plus b square is equals to minus 8 by 3, is this even possible? Because two square terms can give a negative terms. No, this is not possible. So a square plus b square is 3. Okay, so 3 is the answer. Okay guys, now let's move on further to question number 41. So the question number 41, okay, this is the question number 41. The question number 41 says, if the cubic 2x cube minus 9x square plus 12x plus k equal to 0 has two equal roots, then the maximum value of mod k is, okay, now it has two roots equal, all we know it has three roots, so alpha comma beta, we will consider these as the roots. Okay, now if I take sum of the roots, what I have, sum of the roots means 2 alpha plus beta is what, 9 by 2. Okay, we got 9 by 2. Now let me call it as a. Now if I take product of root, okay, product of root is what, means, okay, let me take the product of the root, it is alpha square, okay, into beta is what, minus it is minus k upon 2. Okay, so we got, so we needed k value, so we will do what, just put this all things here and alpha square beta. Okay, so we will call it as b. Now we want this summation alpha beta, that stuff, so alpha square plus alpha beta should be equals to what, 12 by 2, which is equals to 6, which will give me alpha square plus 2 alpha beta should be equals to 6. Okay, we got this value. Now from 2 we can put beta equals to 9 by 2 minus 2 alpha, right? Here in this equation, if I put that value, what I get, alpha square plus 2 into 9 by 2 minus 2 alpha. Okay, here I have all, okay, beta, I am putting beta value, okay, alpha equals to 6. Okay, now let's put the value and see what we are getting. Alpha square plus this 2 will cancel, giving me 9 alpha, okay, plus this will become minus 4 alpha square, okay, should be equal to 6. Now what I am getting, minus 3 alpha square plus 9 alpha, okay, should be equals to 6. Okay, finally if I divide throughout by 6, what I get, alpha square plus 3 alpha should be equals to 2. When I move things, multiply by negative sign. Okay, so alpha square minus 3 alpha plus 2 should be equals to 0. So what I am getting, alpha minus 1 and alpha minus 2 should be equals to 0. So alpha equals to 1. So what beta value will be? So how we can find beta from this? So if alpha is equals to 1, beta will be what? Beta will be 9 by 2 minus 2, which will give me 9 minus 4, which will be 5 by 2. Okay, beta will be 5 by 2. If alpha is equals to 2, then beta will be 9 by 2 minus 4, which will give me 8, so 1 by 2. Okay, so we got 2 beta values. Now let me take the next page. So alpha is equals to 1, we have beta is equals to 5 by 2. Similarly alpha is equals to 2, alpha is equals to 1, okay, beta is equals to 1 by 2. Now there can be many k values. Okay, we are taking the modulation. If I take alpha is equals to 1 and beta is equals to 5 by 2, then see what b value, k value we have. K value is minus 2 alpha square beta, from where, from b. Okay, so minus 2 into this thing, which is 1 into b is what, 5 by 2. This 5 by 2, okay, 2 will cancel out, giving me minus 5, but it is mod, so I will get 5 value. Okay, similarly okay, so wait, this is k value is mod, this is not mod. Okay, we are getting minus 5. Okay, so now let's find k value using alpha is equals to 2. So 2 square, okay, into 1 by 2. Okay, see what we are getting, minus 2 into 4 into 1 by 2. 2 will cancel out, giving me minus 4. Okay, so what we wanted to find, the maximum value of k is, okay, we wanted to find the maximum value, and okay, here will be mod. Okay, mod, so there will be mod, so it will give me a 5 and this will give me a 4. So maximum, so max value of k is 5. Okay, so max value of k is 5. Okay, because it is less. Okay, although we got 2 values, but we will take the modulus and then find the thing. Okay, you have to put the modulus. I got this little stuff. Okay, so we are done with this question, 41st question. Okay, now let's move on to the next question, which is question number 42. The question number 42 says as follow: let a comma b and c be distinct non-zero real numbers such that 1 minus a cube upon a is equals to 1 minus b cube upon b is equals to 1 minus c cube upon c. Okay, how we can do this? Is there any thing which they have not even given the equation also? Okay, so let us assume 1 minus a cube minus a, okay, 1 minus b cube upon b, 1 minus c cube upon c is equals to some p constant. Okay, then and it is a, b and c are distinct non-zero, means zero means non-zero real numbers. Okay, now a, b and c, they all are similar, so I can assume them to be as x. So 1 minus x cube, which will be true if it is true for this, it will be true for all. Okay, so 1 minus x cube should be equals to p. What we are getting, 1 minus x cube is equals to px, which will giving me x cube plus px minus 1 should be equals to 0. Now its root, means we are forming a quadratic equation using a, b and c, so its roots are surely a comma b comma c are its root. Okay, so if I take the sum, means a plus b plus c, it is 0. Okay, and we want to find the cube value, and a, b, c is what, minus into minus 1, which is 1. Okay, now just use this formula again, a plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc, okay, is a plus b plus c. Okay, a plus b plus c. Okay, so a plus b plus c, okay, a plus b plus c into a square plus b square plus c square minus ab minus bc minus ca. Now here we got a plus b plus c is equals to 0, so the a cube plus b cube plus c cube will be equal to 3abc, and we know abc value. Okay, we know abc value, which is nothing but 1, so 3 into 1 is equals to 3. Okay, so the answer is 3. Okay, so we got the answer. Now let's move on to the next question, means last question. Okay, so this is the last question of numericals. Okay, so the question says as follow: if the fraction x cube plus a minus 10 into x square minus x plus a minus 6, okay, the whole upon x cube plus a minus 6 into x square minus x plus a minus 10 reduces to a quotient of two linear functions, then a equals, okay, then we want to find a value. Okay, so how we can do it? Now they're telling that it reduces to a, means it doesn't, means if we divide this by 2, it gives some remainder. Okay, to a quotient of two linear. Okay, it gives two linear quotient, means something remainder remains. Okay, so what clue we got, that it's means both means remainder is remaining in one term. Okay, what is the idea? Means it has two roots common and one root they both have different. Okay, so from here, means to reduces to a quotient of two linear. Okay, two linear means quotients have two linear, means the means when then it is divided, it has two quotients. Okay, it signifies that two roots are same while one root is different. So x cube plus a minus 10 x square minus x plus a minus 6, okay, equal to has let's see alpha beta comma gamma roots. Okay, then x cube plus a minus 6 x square minus x plus a minus 10 has two roots common, so alpha comma beta comma delta. Okay, now, okay, if I subtract these two, okay, because these all parts are same, okay, and then we can get a easily. Okay, because these x terms which I don't require will cancel out mostly, so I want to reduce my task, so let me call it as 1, let me call it as 2. Okay, so if I subtract 2 minus 1, what I get? So I know this will cancel out. Okay, first this 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1, so a x square minus 6x square minus x plus a minus 10. Okay, minus this thing which is minus ax square plus 10x square plus x minus a plus 6 should be equal to 0. So what we are getting, this 2 will cancel out, this will give me 4x square, this will add on minus 2x. Okay, plus a cancel out, plus minus 4 should be equal to 0. Okay, so if I divide by 2, 2x square minus x minus 2 should be equal to 0. Okay, so what we are getting, minus x. Okay, this x will also cancel out, this x will also cancel out, it will become plus. Okay, so these two will cancel out x also. So what we have final, we have 2x. Okay, x square minus 1 should be equal to 0. We have x is equals to plus minus 1. Okay, so we got x is equals to plus minus 1. Now let's use this in this equation. Okay, so okay, we got x2 values. Okay, plus minus 1. Okay, so if its root are alpha comma beta, when I subtract this, okay, this will be satisfied. Okay, if I call it as p of x, okay, p of x function, and it g of x. Okay, that's g of x. Okay, then when these two subtracted, okay, that roots common will satisfy this. Okay, the roots different will not satisfy this equation. It applies for every, if you take two functions, subtract them, add them, the roots which are common in them will satisfy the both. Okay, so here its roots are alpha comma beta, so we got alpha comma beta value. So alpha plus beta is what, minus 1 plus 1 equal to 0. Let me call it as a. Okay, while alpha into beta is what, minus 1 into 1, which is minus 1. Let me call it as b. So we got two things, sum of the root of two roots and product of the one root. Okay, two roots. Now let's use in the other. Now if I see this equation, x cube plus a minus 10 x square minus x plus a minus 6 equals to 0. Okay, now sum of the root means alpha plus beta plus gamma. As I have told, it has three roots. Okay, which will be 10 minus a. Okay, minus of minus b by a, which is 10 minus a. Now I know it will be 0, so gamma, what I got, gamma 10 minus a, let me call it as c. Now if I take product of the roots means alpha beta gamma, what I get, minus, so 6 minus a. Okay, so now I know alpha into beta is minus 1. Okay, so minus 1, so I am getting gamma is equals to a minus 6 again. Now I know gamma, which is 10 minus a, which is should be a minus 6. Okay, so what I am getting, 2a is equals to 16, a is equals to 8. So a is equal to 8. Okay, equal to 8. So 8 is the answer. So we are done with all the numericals now. Okay, now I want to discuss something which means we have not completed. The one thing is comprehension, one comprehension that I will not do, which that thing I will do when we complete sequence and series, because that comprehension is using, means in that comprehension we are applying properties of inequalities, means inequalities of AM and GM. Okay, inequality relations of AM and GM. So since we have not, means I have not done that thing. Okay, I will do that thing when we complete sequence and series and inequality part, then we will surely complete that. I will not forget that, and I will complete that, and I will add that to quadratic playlist. Moving further, so that one thing left. Okay, and the next thing is previous year questions. While discussing other institution problems, I have solved all the previous year questions. Only few are left, means they are new, 2016 like that, 2017. Okay, JEE Mains and if I see in Cengage there are some extra new, I will do that and make a video. If there are not, I will start sequence and series new thing. Okay, we have done more than 400-500 problems. Okay, this is more than enough for you to, means score, means to increase your confidence. And after you do these videos, there will be no doubt that there will be no scaring off from quadratic equation. You will have all the concept in your mind. Okay, so till then, take care. See you in the next video. If there are some questions, I will make video on previous years. Okay, till then, bye.